Hi, Alex. This recording is especially for you. So today we're gonna do this nice artwork that is the beach, the sea, the sun. And for this, you're gonna need 2 pieces of paper. So this is a small one. For this, you need, let's say, 1 paper and then just 2 halves. But with Ellie, we are doing the big one. So I'm having 2 pieces of paper. And then we started with 1, and we are coloring it in the sea tones, bluish, greenish, all kind of colors. You can use acrylics, you can use watercolors, whatever more, what suits better for you. I'm using today watercolors just because I'm in the mood for watercolors. But yeah. And what I suggest to do, so basically all kinds of different bluish tones. So, and we're doing the stripes. I'm going to show it right away. So, yeah, I'm going to use, like, now I'm choosing just any blue. And just creating different stripes. And then I grab some other colors, maybe also like greenish. Greenish fits very nicely with blue. And then I make light, and I make dark blue. So really, really different ones. And I can jump and do this, like one color a bit higher, a bit lower. So just covering the whole page. Yeah, and you can definitely mix in between and definitely add maybe white to make it lighter, some colors. Yeah, and again, mix in between. So here is like really free color stones because we're gonna tear this paper. So basically, we're gonna see later which ones we get to use. Yeah, because anyway, we're not gonna use all the paper. In the end, we're gonna just choose which we like most. Yes, so also use more water, so it's easier, kind of the paint is floating. And then somewhere you get more dark color, somewhere you get more light. And it's like, yeah, even better for us, so we get different. Yeah, so just the whole page, really easy, mixing different blues, different greens, making it lighter, making darker. Super, Ellie is done. Then we just set this paper to dry. And we are taking the next paper. So the next paper is already our, let's say, artworks base. And now we need to color the sky and the sand. So basically, we don't need to color the whole, but more or less like a bit lower than 1/3, and here, because like we'll be putting C in between. Yeah, but but just enough so the C covers them. And then you choose the colors. And then I think kind of the sunset sky, so kind of this pinkish color. You can make it warmer, so you can add yellow to pink. Then it becomes kind of peachy color. Yeah, so let's say if it's a sunset, because pink can be cold. You remember our color wheel, and we had a lesson on like warm tones and the cold ones. Yeah, so everything going towards yellow is warm, and everything going towards blue is cold. So pink, yeah, it's generally it's cold color, but you can add some yellow in it. So, or maybe you have already some red mix. So let's say here I have some pink. And I'm adding yellow color. And then you can add a little bit of white. So then so your color is not too dark. So basically then it is pink, yellow, and white. In general, it's like it can be also red, yellow, and white. So basically kind of orange with light lighting. And I also add a bit more water, so kind of the paint is more transparent. And that's it. And then my aim is just to create a nice base layer for the sky. So I'm moving my brush horizontally, and each next line is kind of a little bit overlapping the previous. Yeah. If there is more water, it's easier to paint. Yeah. But also like if you use acrylics, then maybe it's just kind of. But still, you can follow the horizontal lines. I think it gives nicer. And then I go a bit lower than the size of the sky that I want. Like just to be safe, go some bit lower and some bit. Yeah, also, of course, use bigger brush. Bigger brush is always easier. And don't worry if there are some imperfections. As artists, you can always deal with it, like putting the sun there or putting a boat or the birds. So like, it's always like this. Like you do this, you cover, and some area is perfect, and some area is a bit. Yeah. And also just letting it dry. Remember, correcting any imperfections is always better when it's dry. Yeah, so just like instead of fighting the paint when it's wet, give it a few minutes, give it rest, dry, and then you can correct. Cool. Ellie is ready with the sky, so let's go together for the sand. I'd say basically just ochre. Yeah. And then you can check if you find your ochre maybe too dark, then again, either a bit more water or maybe some yellow color or also a bit white. Like white makes it more pale. Yeah. And we are coloring, so we're making the same. And again, do a little bit more than you want tends to be, yeah, because like you can never know how big will be your will be the sea area. Just great. Wow, at least quick. So we give also some time for this paper to rest. And we come back to our bluish paper. Yeah? So of course, if it's too wet, give it a bit more time. Like, yeah, I see. If it's like, let's try. Yeah, so let's try, and then we check if it's too wet or not. So basically, what we need to tear this paper so we get those white parts from the paper from tearing. Yeah, we're gonna tear horizontally. So you put your paper like this, yeah, and then you just start like slowly, and then you can also a bit kind of choose which way you kind of going, yeah, and for example, and here, yeah, I got like really nice. Did it work? Show me, Ellie. Did it work the white? Yeah, it's perfect. You see, mine one is also like the first one is, yeah, maybe we don't use it. Yeah, but we will use one of the sides that is straight to use for the horizontal line. Yeah, like maybe mine ones are not perfect. I have white places left, but I can just cut it. Yeah, so just to keep in mind, but still keep on tearing. It doesn't have to be also like the whole way. Maybe they can be shorter. Maybe they can be, yeah. So let's say here I got one shorter. Yeah, maybe then I get one longer. So just the whole paper that we have, we are making the white foam, yeah, of the beach. And it's good that some papers that have smaller white parts, because it's gonna help us create the perspective, the depth, because the next to the beach, the foam is bigger, and more far away, the foam is smaller. So it's good that you have just different ones. You have bigger, you have small ones. We just tear the whole paper, and then we're gonna be playing with it and using which one fits. Yeah? So yeah, but I suggest, so the one where you have the straight line, like this one, to tear the hole, so you can like place just one long horizontal line. Yeah, so just at least one piece have it complete length of the paper. The rest you can have partially. So for example, yeah, and since this one I got a little bit not that perfect, I'm gonna kind of yeah, remove the. It would be nicer if I would have color till the end. I just somehow keep the part, because then like the line of the paper is perfectly straight, but it's fine. So it just kind of, yeah. And then you start playing. So you take your base, and then you would say maybe you choose one, or maybe it's going to be, I think maybe actually the other one. So you have a kind of two sides, and maybe you choose one of two. Yeah. And first, like you don't glue them straight away. So first, just kind of try playing with them. Yeah, and basically you put from bottom to top. So like the gluing will be first one that is the bottom, and then we start building the, and they can go outside the page. So later we're just gonna cut them. Yeah, so no worries about kind of having just kind of approximately. Yeah, again, you will not need, probably not all of them. Yeah, of course you can cut them where is needed if you need kind of. It's not just approximately, because of course it's hard to keep them all together. But once you kind of have, let's say, decided which one is the first one, then then you'll need the glue, and you can like move them a little bit higher. Yeah, so just to have to keep the order, and then you just start gluing. Yeah, and of course you can, let's say, adjust your decisions as you go. Yeah, and start again from the bottom. So from the lowest wave that is closer to the beach, and then you start building on top. So you see, I'm also letting some of the waves go outside. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Later we cut them the way we. So again, you don't need to use all of them. Yes. Oh, wow. So cool, such cool waves. And I like how your upper part is bigger, Ellie. Like the on top, so it looks like more far away. You see. Cool. Yeah, now just cut the edges. Really awesome. So scissors. And then we can choose. So I'd say the sun is a must because the sun, yeah, but it can be only sun. It can be with the boat. It can be with the flip-flops. Or you can go even more and doing what other stuff you want on your beach. Or maybe you want it minimalistic. Yeah, maybe you want it like really, I don't know, just the sun. Why not? So I also suggest you glue the sun. So it means you take, so either you have color paper, but actually, let's say I advise you also take other paper. It can be even the other side of one of your leftovers. Like if you don't want to, let's say, ruin some other, yeah, paper, if you have enough big piece, yeah, or you just take some piece of paper. And I suggest mark the sun, like color it also. Yeah, so maybe I choose the size, maybe some, like this big. So I'm planning to, yeah, maybe it's going to be in the middle, something. And I suggest first to draw the shape. Yeah, perfect. Like if it fits. And we're gonna color it. Like this one is just colored paper, and actually it looks like nice. It gets some. So it's not just plain red paper that's already pre-colored, but again, it's just paint, so it looks kind of. Yeah, and you can choose the color. So more red, more orange, more yellow. Yeah, the sunset sky usually is kind of more reddish. And here, for example, when I'm gonna color it, a bit too reddish, a bit more orange. So I have mixed orange and red. And here I can color it like more than I need. And then I will just cut it out. Yeah, also just let it dry before use the scissors. Yeah, the paint is drying quickly, so should be no problem. So I'm still waiting for my sun to dry. And I'm gonna do the shape because I feel it's kind of nice. It's there on the horizon, and it's placed like on the line of the horizon. And shapes are different. So this one is just two triangles, bigger triangle, smaller triangle, and the bottom I think it's paint. Ellie, are you gonna do the shape as well? No? Okay, Ellie's not doing the shape, but I'll do the shape. So my suggestions also for Alex, if you want to do the shape, just kind of draw different size of triangles, and then you cut it and you kind of place, and you see just which one is better. So like, and I did one taller, one more flat, just whatever. And cut it out, and I also suggest, let's say, using it from the other side, because then it's cleaner without the pencil. Let's try the other one. So again, just place stuff first, see how it looks, and then you go gluing. Nice, I like it. The sun is cool, maybe even a bit too huge, but maybe it's fine. What do you think, Ellie? My sun is too big or is okay? No, it's not too big. Okay, good. Then I keep it. But then it feels the ship too small. Then it's kind of maybe I make a little bit bigger ship. Hey, such an awesome artwork, Ellie. Are you leaving it to the desert beach or you want to add some elements?
I'll probably add something.
I'm playing with the size of the boat to check like which boat is, but now it's a bit too big. Decisions. So here are the flip-flops. They also like a bit like say if someone left the flip-flops and just went swimming. And of course, some other stuff can be there. It can be a towel that you can put on the beach, umbrella. But of course, it's already a bit more complex. But unless you kind of want to play and add stuff, then of course, a lot of things can be added. Okay, I like my second ship better. And still the small one. Yeah. So now I feel also my beach is missing something. Maybe it can be a shadow. The lower part of the boat I just draw with the pencil. So I think it's also kind of nicer. Something is like a bit sticking out and something is Maybe it can be star, and also orangey. I'll try to do the star. Here I did the star. I'm waiting for it to dry. And then I'm gonna place it on the beach. Also, let's see if the size is fine. So I kind of make it bigger than I think I want, because then I can cut and kind of make it smaller. And the birds. I think birds look nice, and I just gonna do them with black pen. Also, don't do them maybe too much. Like keep it minimal. And the most important, also like first, try on some other paper. Then you can try how your pen is writing, and you can kind of just like get, practice your ticks, the birds. And yeah, and then just place them. And the most important, make them different size, because then it gives the feeling of the depth. Some is closer, some is more far away. I also did a black line here under the star, so it a bit feels like a shadow. Yeah, so kind of it's lying on the beach, and so not everywhere, but shadow can be like from all the sides. Yeah, they always think, okay, where is the light source? It's the sun, so it's shining from that side. So the shadow is always the opposite side from the sun. Yeah. Okay. This is one of my favorite artworks, actually. Always turns out cool, different. The sea is always different. And then you can always do the different moods. Yeah, a bit solitary or adding more stuff to the beach. Yeah. Nice. Okay, I hope, Alex, your artwork turned out well. Please send me. I'll be happy to see it. Yes, I will stick with Ellie, see how she's doing, but I'm stopping the recording.